Today, I will be speaking to you about creating and submitting an invoice from a matched purchase order. First, you navigate to the Oracle homepage on DC Water's website, put in your ID and password. Next, you are taken to the supplier portal area. You navigate to the invoices and payments area and select Create Invoice. So there you are brought into an invoice so that you can complete it electronically. First, you'd like to identify which purchase order you'd like to invoice against by selecting Identifying Purchase Order. Click on the purchase order. In this situation, there's only one purchase order for ABC Corporation. As you see, information about the company pre-populates into the screen. Next, you'd like to identify what am I going to be invoicing for. So this particular purchase order is for printing services. So we will be invoicing for sign printing since we've just completed printing for signs, and we'd like to invoice DC Water for that. So put a description. You also attach supporting documentation for what you are getting ready to bill DC Water for. Attach it. When you are attaching a file, the best format is actually PDF so that you can compress the size of the file in case it's a lot of attachments, receipts, etc., paperwork that you'd like to attach. And then you put a description here. I'm just saying supporting documentation. Click OK. Again, you move over to the right-hand side of the screen and you need to fill in an invoice number. So some companies have a numbering convention, but you do not want to duplicate numbers. In this situation, I am going to use an invoice, create an invoice number here so that to prevent any duplicates from occurring. The system will actually stop you from going further. The next, complete the date that you are invoicing on, and you should actually select the date, the day of, or a day in the future. You cannot select a date prior because the system does not accept that. So I'm going to select April 6th. I'm invoicing on that day. Next, select the type. There's credit memo, invoice, retainage, release. In this situation, we're only using invoice. So I'm going to click on invoice. So now you've put in all the information that you need here. Invoice number, the date, the type, what you're going to be invoicing for, quick description, and any supporting documentation. So now you want to be able to pull up the purchase order line for that particular purchase order that we selected so that I can invoice against it. So you come to this icon, select and add. Click on it. So another screen opens with the purchase order line on it. This particular purchase order only has one line, and it's the amount of $10,000. That's the original purchase order amount, and the purchase order line description is printing services. So you will highlight this line and click OK. If you notice here, it brings you back to your create invoice screen. This is your invoice screen, but we're not finished yet. There is a line. So your purchase order line shows up. And here you notice that there are some fields that are showing an asterisk. So you are to ensure that you do not leave any of these fields that are highlighted with an asterisk blank. Item the number, line 1, and the amount. This is the amount that you want to invoice for. So let's say we want to invoice for $500. Okay. Invoice amount doesn't change yet until you hit save. Hit save. Review the line which you're invoicing for before you submit. 500. Scroll down. I'm invoicing for 500 here. And DC Water owes me $500. So you have already saved, and now you want to submit that invoice for payment. So you have just invoiced on the line for $500. You can print this page by clicking print. You can click done if you're finished, or you can create another invoice against that purchase order or another purchase order. We are done, so we are going to click done. Once you hit done, it brings you back to your supplier portal dashboard page, and you can go on to perform any additional actions as necessary, viewing your invoices as well, viewing any payments, and that is described in another discussion. Hope you've been able to enhance your knowledge about creating and submitting invoices from a matched purchase order. Thank you.